Pictures of you, pictures of me, hung upon your wall for the world to see. Pictures of you, pictures of me, remind us all of what we could have been. Pictures of you, pictures of me, hung upon your...
Relive every moment true to life with True Capture technology, only from Canon.
Well, Minister Ferguson, it's good to see you here in Cairns. This has been a difficult time for Cairns over the last 6 months or so. So this conference is very timely. I've got a feeling that, is this sort of a possibility of an opportunity maybe of China taking over from Japan a little bit?
The Australia-China Tourism Summit is about unlimited opportunities for Australia and China. China is our fastest growing market. Historically, tropical North Queensland has, I suppose, relied too much on Japan.
Yeah.
This is about diversifying the focus of tourism operators in tropical North Queensland and trying to see some of the growth opportunities in China. There are a wealth of opportunities for Australia to actually get tourists to Australia from China.
It's quite interesting as well to see the department taking a lead in an industry conference like this, because the department traditionally has always been a bit in the background with Tourism Australia in the foreground, but I know this is bilateral, but isn't that a sort of relatively recent sort of move?
The summit represents a partnership between Commonwealth Government, Tourism Australia, importantly the Queensland Government, and I might say industry.
Yeah.
That's about, I suppose, a real focus on supply side issues. For too long we've just relied on advertising through Tourism Australia. Tourism Australia now, with the support of the department, is working very hard at strengthening its relationship with industry and working cooperatively both domestically and internationally.
Look, as the most senior federal government minister here, particularly in the tourism space, okay, what are your objectives? What do you hope to achieve in this conference over this next couple of days?
Our job at a Commonwealth level is actually work with all state and territory tourism ministers in the private sector. Make sure we focus on the growth opportunities internationally, namely places such as China and in the next decade India, whilst also maintaining our traditional markets such as Europe and North America, and I might say places such as Japan and Korea. It's about building on our strengths, meeting our challenges in markets such as Japan, but also seizing opportunities in places such as China. It's about real jobs and prosperity back home by performing exceptionally well internationally.
And does that translate into marketing funds for Tourism Australia in China? I know they're doing a lot there now.
Tourism Australia's got a good board led by Jeff Dixon. In partnership with the CEO Andrew McAvoy, it's their job to actually divide up the budget and in doing so to prioritise their markets. And China is a priority market for Tourism Australia.
Just in terms of the federal government's position, you know, we've got rocketing interest rates making Australia relatively inexpensive, and I was interviewing Jason Westbury this morning, and you know, Australians flooding overseas because it's less expensive. What's the federal government's view on all that? And then you've got the Reserve Bank on the other side saying they're going to put up interest rates, and that makes it more attractive for more money to come to Australia.
I think we're pretty lucky as a nation at the moment. We've got a very strong economy. It's reflected in the strength of the dollar. We also, I think, got a bit of a restructuring as a result of the huge investment in the commodities, the resources sector. But I'm pleased to say that in terms of international visitation, it's increased slightly over the last 4 months. We do have a challenge with Australians going overseas because the strength of the dollar. Places are very attractive. But in the end, you know, we've also got to encourage Australians to actually have a holiday back home. And that's about employers finding out how they manage their workforce. You don't have to go overseas to actually have a good holiday. Come, for example, on top of the North Queensland, but also launched a new initiative today here on top of the North Queensland, actually focused on high quality local food and opportunity to actually wine and dine.
Just coming back for a second, the Reserve Bank, for example, is not controlled by the federal government at all. But does the government want the Reserve Bank, or what's it say about them increasing interest rates?
The Reserve Bank is a very independent institution. I think business is pleased that they didn't increase interest rates. But you've got to understand their job is to work independently with the government to make the decisions from time to time, going to the overall management of our economy. They understand, like the Commonwealth does, the pressures and strains of the economy. We're going to try and maintain low inflation, manage the pressures in terms of the dollar, and in doing so, keep Australians at
Minister, thank you for your time this afternoon, and let's have a very successful summit.
I think it'll be a very successful summit.
Thank you.